Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Danielle. Sorry it's been a minute. I've been traveling and trying to film this video for you, but I'm in this hallway because there's nowhere in my childhood home to really film for you. So I am here to just show you what I packed for my trip and apply it as I go, I guess, because I'm not wearing any makeup today. Figured I might as well. Or the things, not everything, I guess. But yeah, if you'd like to see what makeup I packed for my extended vacation, it's like a 2.5-week vacation, which is kind of a specific thing. But if you'd like to see what I packed, please stick around and we'll get right into it. Okay, so as far as primers go, I brought the Beauty Blender Selfie Shield Dry Oil Sunscreen Primer and a mini version of my Supergoop Smooth and Poreless 100% Mineral Matte Sunscreen. Now something is going on with my skin here. I do get really bad allergies. My eyes are crazy. I have like a little eczema patch on my neck, but I'm also getting tiny little breakouts all over, and I kind of feel like it might be from this. So I'm not gonna use this today, but I will use the Supergoop Smooth and Poreless. Now, the thing that's nice about this is it has a slight tint to it, like really kind of sheer with that slight tint. So on days when I'm just like running out the door just with my family, like this is even just enough evening of my skin to get me out the door, which is nice. Usually I'll let that sit in for a little while, to be honest, because I also feel like my makeup's been separating from my sunscreen, definitely from this one. If I don't let this one sit in for a while, I find that my makeup starts to like pill or separate underneath it. I don't know. This one less so, but I still just like to let it sit for a minute or two. Okay, so I also brought the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter that I either use as a primer or I've been using it just as my full base product, actually, a lot. I won't do that today so you can see what else I brought, but I will rub this in. Mainly those main areas, but I like the way, I don't think it's like too shimmery to be worn by itself, and again, it's just like a nice light even thing for when I'm bopping around. For the rest of my face, I brought a sample of this Sephora 10-Hour Wear Perfection Foundation, which I actually really enjoyed. I knew there was one day that I wanted like real, my brother was graduating from high school and I wanted like actual foundation on my face, so I was like, it's not worth bringing a whole thing for that, so I just used like these little, I kind of mixed these colors together to make my color, and it worked out. So I'm happy I brought that, because for the rest of my face, I brought Glossier Stretch Concealer in G9, which I love using anyways as just like my base product, and I sort of like spot conceal, but large scale. Like I'll just sort of put that over my cheeks like this, and then a little on my chin, a little on around the side of my mouth there, and over my nose. And I find it's a great kind of like vacation. I mean, in the summer, I wear this all over anyways. You can put this under your eyes. I also brought my Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Concealer for under my eyes. I honestly haven't been using it a ton because I do not give a crap while I'm here, really. But if I were to use a little bit of a more slightly lighter concealer, I would use this. My under eyes have been really dry, so I haven't been using as much concealer here. My allergies are just like off the charts. It's really crazy. For brows, since I don't do my brows a ton, but in case I wanted to, I brought my Hourglass brow gel, but just a brow gel. I didn't, bring a pencil or anything like that. I also figured if like for some reason I really needed it, I could go to a drugstore and get one here. Then for base products, I'm not gonna put this one on today, but I brought my KKW contour stick in light medium. Looks like this. I prefer cream contour when I travel. A, it's easier. B, I don't have to bring a brush for it. And then I brought 3 cream blushes, which is a little excessive, but I love them so much. I've actually worn all of them while I've been here. We have my 2 Nars, one's in Anguilla and Exumas, which is like a pink and an orange. And then this Rouge Bunny Rouge in Titian, which is more nude. So those are kind of the 3 colors we're working with, which run the gamut of like any kind of, oh, this one has like foundation on, so you can't really see. This is the pink one. Yeah, run the gamut of any kind of cheek look I would want. I'm gonna put a little bit of Exumas on today. I will often mix the 2. If I'm wearing the Nars ones, I'll often mix them. Like I'll put a little more of this one down here maybe. And then just blend them in with my hands. I mean, A, this is great for summer or like warm weather cream products, and B, it's just so easy when you travel to not have to bring like a blush brush. What I did bring a powder brush for is this by Terry Sun Designer palette in Happy Sun. So it is this sort of bronzery, I mean blushy thing if you really wanted it to be, and then like a highlighty but like or shimmery bronzer situation over here. If I wanted a powder highlight, I could get it from this. If I really wanted to do a powder blush, I could kind of emphasize on this bottom row here. But generally what I do is mix all around these sides. Sometimes I'll do like a dab of the highlighty side. Sometimes I'll just use that as my highlighter and bronze with this, because I am in California in the summertime. So I've been liking putting on a little bit of bronzer. And I brought this big fluffy Real Techniques brush, I forget the powder brush, for that purpose. And I'm just putting that a little above where I would contour, like not quite, like from the hollow to the cheekbone basically. And then a little, the excess sort of over my nose and under my chin. So that's that palette. Then here's where I get a little crazy. So I have that powder highlight. This I would use as a cream highlight if I really wanted to. When I wear it under that, I feel like I don't really need it. Eyes are where I went maybe a little crazier. So what I generally do is I'll bring like I bring a lot of singles on vacation. That's sort of my jam. I'll often bring like a single transition color and then like a couple like pops or things that I could wear in the center of the lid. What I did this time is I brought this Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette, the like one that's a knockoff of Modern Renaissance, because I love these 2 transition colors. I'll wear these all over the lid or just in the crease and pop something else on there. I've used these in the center a little bit, but I really brought it for those. This was so cheap. I also got this on sale at a drugstore even, so it's like if it breaks, if I lose it, I'm not gonna be upset about it. And then for the center of the lid, I brought some more fun things, and I'll go over what I've actually used on the trip. I'll start with what I haven't used and go into what I have used. So things that I brought and the rationale behind bringing them, but that I haven't used, are this RMS Savannah Sunset that I got in the like Savannah Peach collection, which is a really nice kind of summery light peachy shade. Urban Decay Solstice, I love this single. It has like a pink bluey duochrome situation. And this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow and Coconut, which I've actually just like never used, and I was like, maybe this trip will be the time I wear it. Well, I swatch it, but I've never really worn it on my eyes out in public. Yeah, haven't used any of those, guys. The trip isn't over yet, so you never know. The ones I have, oh, I'm sorry, I also haven't used my Glossier Play Glitter Gelée in Bijou. Looks like this. What I do use all the time are my Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat in, I think it's metal bronze. This I'll just dab onto the center of my lid and sort of blend out, and then also my Hourglass Scattered Light like pressed pigment thing in Smoke. So I'll put one of those colors in the crease and then put this on top of my lid. Nude Sticks Terra Eye Pencil, classic, my favorite. I'll put that all over, blend it out, go out and go on my day, or I'll put one of the pigments on top. And then this is another old favorite. This is
way old and limited edition. This is a matte cream color base in Golden Age from a Charlotte Olympia collab, but just like a gold cream, really subtle eyeshadow. It was between this and my Betty one from, was it Charlotte Tilbury? But this is what this sort of, just like a really easy, subtle gold. I wear a lot of golds on the lid, so it is nice to have this. I wear this, again, more often than not. It's just like having something on my eyes. Just like that. I don't know why I decided to pick that right now, but I guess I did. And then I brought a bunch of eyeliners. I brought a bunch of my Glossier Play ones. A, because I wanted a friend to try them out, and B, because I figured it was a way to have color without bringing like a whole palette or more singles. So I have these four here: Early Girl, the blue, what's this called? Candyland, the like metallic pink, Critical Mass, the kind of fuchsia, and Disaster Class, the maroon. I've worn each of these like once or twice. I mean, I didn't really need to bring all four, but it was kind of a fun thing to do, I guess. And then my two favorite browns. So my Smashbox Always Sharp in Penny Lane for on top of the lid, and my Nars Kohl Liner in Sorrento, I think it is. Yeah, Sorrento for the lash line. Sorry, for the waterline. And then like a couple sort of wild cards just in case. This mini free tattoo liner I got as a liquid eyeliner. Haven't used that. This Milk Makeup eye gloss, I don't think they make anymore, but it's my favorite eye gloss in case I wanted to get a little funky. And then I brought, I just happen to have this mini Urban Decay shadow primer for if I did want to do like a full powder shadow look. And then for mascara, I got a mini of the new Damn Girl by Too Faced. I use all minis, again, mainly all minis. This is what it looks like. I've actually been really loving this. So I have a lot for when I travel. I actually did bring another. It's already done, my like Buxom mascara, so I just have this one now. But it's really nice to travel with a mini or two. I try and bring like a more daytime and a more nighttime mini, or just one, which is what a normal person would do. And then quickly I wanted to go over what like brushes and tools I brought with me. I brought my Glossier Play pencil sharpener, mainly because it would catch the things and it wouldn't get gross in my travel bag, not so much the most space saving. I brought this is a by Terry one, but just sort of like a kabuki style foundation brush. I like using this with my Glossier concealer. You could use it with your finger too. I really didn't need this, but it was also nice to use with those samples of foundation. The Real Techniques powder brush, which I already showed you. The last one I brought for face was, I've talked about this before, but the Sephora Pro Diffuser brush. I don't actually put product in this. I just use this to like, if my, even here, like it's a little patchy and there's kind of a lot of bronzer, I'll kind of blend it out with this, and it always just takes everything down. So this is the first trip I've traveled with this, the first trip I've had since I've gotten this actually. And it's really just helped me when things are not quite right to sort of blend it out, especially since I don't have a sponge with me. So eye brushes, I brought like a bigger fluffy brush, a slightly smaller fluffy brush. I use this more as a crease brush. This I kind of like for under actually, and I'll also use it like on the outside, not necessary, and a little flat brush. So if I was really slimming down, I'd bring one. If I was bringing one brush, I'd probably bring like a medium size. I'm just gonna put it on my nose so you can see a blending brush, or a bigger one, just a blending brush. If I was bringing two brushes, I'd probably bring a blending brush and a little smudgier brush. And if I was bringing three, I'd bring like the flat shader brush and these two. But I would only bring this if I was bringing shadows for this, which, for example, this is a great shadow to use with this, like the Urban Decay Solstice one, which isn't opening right now. So just blend that all over with something like this, or the colors from the little palette. I adapt it to what I actually have with me and make sure I'm not overpacking. Now, lips, I definitely brought way too many things. They're already so spread out in different purses in my car, all this stuff. I brought several nudes. I brought like 4 of my Nars, either Velvet Matte or Satin Matte. Is that what the other one's called, with the stripe? Lip pencils. This is Red Square, just to have a red. The other ones are all in my car, but there are a lot of the things I hauled from my Sephora haul. but I brought like 3 or 4 nudes and a pink. I also brought my Glossier Paix at the last minute, my Vinylic Lip in Blow Up. Ooh, it's looking particularly pink right now. Good thing I didn't really put anything in my eyes. I've only used this once or twice, didn't need to bring it. I always get, at the very end, I'm like leaving my apartment and I just like grab, like make a mad dash for a bunch of lip options. This is a K-Beauty, I think it's from Tony Moly Lip Tone Get It Tint. It's like a lip stain, like a kind of berry lip stain. I would swatch it, but I will end up with that swatch on my hand for the rest of the day. I haven't used it, didn't need it, but I like to bring like a stainy, one kind of stainy, darker berry situation. I just popped some mascara on because I forgot, so that's what that damn girl looks like. I guess you can't really see, but that's been fun. And then really quickly, I guess this isn't really makeup, but I feel like it's more so in this category than perfume, skincare is the perfume I bring with me. Now I need to bring a perfume. I need to bring a couple of perfumes. None of my like everyday, the 2 things I really wear every day don't come in like samples or travel sizes. So, and I have enough perfume to not decant it into something. So I often travel with this Diptyque solid perfume. They make this in a couple of their scents. This is the 34 Boulevard Saint-Germain Perfume Solide, but it's just like a solid perfume. So I will dab that on my wrist. I'll bring it on the plane in case anything smells really bad. It's not a liquid. It makes life easy. It comes in this now very dirty but little pouch. And that's that. Love that. And then I brought a bunch of perfume samples, right? Like I try and mix it up a bit. I mean, it doesn't really matter what these are. This one is Coco Mademoiselle. This is like an Elizabeth and James, what does it say? Nirvana Bourbon. I go for more scents like that. Toca Florence, and then this one's out, but this is Martin Margiela Replica by the Fireplace, which is a favorite, hence why it's out. But just like a couple different vibes in little perfume samples. So I did just want to hop on here really quickly. I realized I didn't tell you what I packed my stuff in. So these are the 3 Glossier bags that I packed my toiletries in this time. And what I did was, this is like base products. Like it has the palette in there, the contour, primer, concealer. And then there's an eye bag with all my sort of eye things. And this I had a separate thing with lips in it, but while I've been here, that's been what's in that. And here is tools. So my pencil sharpener and my brushes all went in this. And sometimes I'll pack a bigger toiletry case, but for this trip, I had a carry-on bag. So it was actually nice to have the smaller bags because I could wedge them wherever there was space, as opposed to one big thing. You kind of have to fit wherever you can fit it. So I just wanted to come and explain how I pack my things, not only what I packed, and let you know. And that's it. That's my travel makeup. Maybe that was helpful to someone somewhere. Probably not. I definitely, if I'm going somewhere where I know people, I always overpack my makeup. Does anyone ever feel that way? If I'm going like to the middle of nowhere where I don't know anyone, I will pack like half of this. I'll pack like the stretch concealer and a mascara, and I'll be on my way. But yeah, whenever I know I'm gonna be seeing people that I actually know, I feel like I go a little overboard. But that's what I packed for this trip, and hopefully that helps someone out there, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.